Hello, good people of YouTube, Mountbatten here, and today we have this match that I had in my GK the other night. Now, this match does a very good job of showing what could happen when you play cautiously, something that I have been trying to work on myself. Those of you that have been around for some time should know that I am very much a smash W, ask questions later type of player. But in this round with GK, I decided I was going to take it a little bit slower and see what the match is going to, what direction the match is going to go in before I went ahead and committed myself to one side or the other. And also you'll see that I approach things much slower and much more methodical than I normally do. And you will see the results that speak for themselves at the end of the match. So, we are on, well, everyone's favorite map, Tears of the Desert Epicenter. And, well, I mean, what are you going to do? It's Epicenter. Normally in Epicenter, what happens is one team will do what they're supposed to do, capture the rings, and the other team will just sit on the outside for most of the time. What I'm doing right now is I traveled at half speed for the first about minute and a half of the match. Gives the friendly ships time to choose the directions they're going to go in, and it gives you time to see where they're going to go and decide where you are going to go. It's a tip that I recommend most battleship players do, because especially when you get up to higher tiers, battleships have plenty enough speed, unless you're playing the new American battleship line, to keep up with the rest of the fleet. So, well, oftentimes actually outrun the fleet too, in case of, well, the French battleships with their speed boost and the Iowa. So it's better just to crank it back a little bit and not rush into the caps in the first minute of the game. Then you'll be forced to game return in front of the entire enemy team and subsequently lose about 20k health a salvo if you get unlucky enough, which many times it does happen, because I used to be that guy a whole lot. So anyway, on my flank we have a Hindenburg, a Thunderer, and a Gearing. Gearing is just starting to poke his head into the ring, although, as we can see on the mini-map, the enemy teams has well within that wing as well. Englishman. So, first enemy I spot on my flank is a Pommern. This Pommern is quite interesting. You guys will see in a second. So, he's pretty much doing the opposite of what I'm telling you guys to do. He's charging right on in. He doesn't appear to be tapping the brakes at any bit. He's ate some HE there from the Thunder. I don't see if that started a fire just yet. Did it? No, that's just his metal flash. Ah, no, it did, of course, because it's Thunder HE. So he has HE loaded. Not the worst choice to make, because he is a Pommern with 15-inch guns at tier 10. And now he's shown broadside to myself. Now, granted, he didn't really know the Gearing was there, but Pommern does have Hydro. And, well, he really should have had it running right then. But, no, he did not. He ate that torpedo. There's the enemy Kagero, who has just spotted the Gearing. And I have locked onto the Kagero with my secondary, so when I come around the corner of this island, the secondaries will begin to open up on the Kagero. And the Kagero is actually selling toward me, not selling away from me. So here's some HE from the Zao. It fortunately misses because I started to turn. As you see, all during this time, I'm playing with my throttle, speeding up, slowing down. Even with a ship like the GK, just adding that uncertainty of speed to the enemy having to, you know, try to guess how fast you're going, it throws them off. And you, again, it's working with the GK. The Zaos missed me, the Pommerns missed me, and here comes some more shots in from the Zao, and I cranked it up from 1/4 speed to full steam ahead, and he got me there. And again, it does work to some extent with the GK. Obviously, it worked much better with cruisers than with battleships, but, ooh, very, very lucky shot there on the Zao. That one shell clipped him for 13k. But also, this Kagero, too, he's probably already dumped torpedoes in the water. So me playing with my throttle and my rudder is going to throw off his predictions, and there we go. I'm not facing in the direction those torpedoes would ideally like me to be facing. I'm starting out from them, and he would have stacked them on top of each other if he had known I was going to continue to go stern out and not go straight in. And again, thankfully the Zao also missed as well. So maneuvering, very, very, very useful. Pommern, in the meantime, has been getting chunked by the Thunderer for, well, all of his health, and he's still firing HE. Now, he is fighting a Bow and Thunderer, so okay, I get that. He does have 15-inch guns at tier 9. So now he's got my broadside. I have his. And first salvo, get one pin on the turret. Second salvo, get one pin on the belt armor, but then unfortunately that's it because RNG said no that time. I spent all of it with the Zao. So he's still firing HE. That was, I believe, his rear turrets now. So at this point, he should be loading AP because I'm sitting here presenting him with my angled broadside, and it would make sense. German BBs are fairly squishy if you know where to aim, especially at the upper belt armor like I'm trying to aim on this Palmer right now. But he still is firing HE. My shots connect with him. He's done. Never set a fire on me either. Wonder if he's using IFHE. That's another reason why I say IFHE is really not worth it in the Palmer, because in higher tier matches you will be having to use HE a lot like that guy was. But if you take IFHE, that cuts your overall chance of starting a fire down by 50%, including on your main battery guns. So that might have been the case there, or again, RNG could have just told him to go, take a hike. So unfortunately, the Kagero takes out our gearing, and that, of course, negates the spotting on the Kagero, so I can't get any more shots off on him. So now, after we've pretty much soundly defeated this flank, Zhao's way out of the match right now, so is the Kagero. The Kagero will be able to get back in the match much faster than the Zhao, but we need to start to go over to the eastern flank and give it some attention. So from right here, I try to sneak in some shots on the enemy Buffalo. And, well, as you see, one turret got the lock on. The other turret, the Buffalo, went undetected, so it didn't. But unfortunately, I did miss. And what I'm trying to do right here is I can't really see where his ship is. So if you look on the mini-map, I'm trying to get that circle that they added in a couple patches ago to be right on top of his ship. Got one overpin there. If RNG would have complied, that probably would have been a much better hit. Set my secondaries on the Kremlin because he's about to come within secondary range. Still trying to get some shots on that Buffalo. Trainer indicator says I can't hit him, but trainer indicator lies so much. I mean, who knows? But look at that. It wasn't lying that time. Some torpedoes there, probably from the Ostagotland that's capturing the center point at this moment. Iowa, credit to him, is going full tilt into the center point, which, hey, it's a fairly healthy Iowa with 73,000 health left. With 8 minutes into the match, that's a good start right there. Torpedoes there, maybe from the... yeah, probably from the gearing. Yeah, no, actually, definitely from the gearing, because the Mainz does not have that near that torpedo range. So now we're losing the center cap and the middle cap, and we're losing ships too. So now, at this point, I'm thinking, well, I gotta get in there, because I'm the last... well, not the last. I'm the only tier 10 battleship left alive on this team that can push in like that. Thunderer can't really do that. Armor isn't good enough for that. Definitely more of a backline ship. Now, we do have the battleship advantage for sure, but they still have 3 DDs left and a Zhao sitting at his maximum range, spamming and burning our battleships. But right now, I'm more worried about this Ostagotland, because if I want to push in there, that Ostagotland is, well, he has torpedoes. German battleships do not like torpedoes. Even the pan-European ones that aren't that great. Well, they're good, but in different ways. They're fast reload, but they don't do a whole lot of damage per torpedo. So Ostagotland comes out, stops, and I get my full broadside off on him, and I get a couple solid hits in there, but it's a DD, 2 overpins, and 1 pin. Now, right here, I had forgotten that I had the spotter plane equipped on the GK. I thought I had my fighter equipped like I always do on my GK because of, well, that right there, the Lexington planes. So like, well, crap. Well, with this extended range, I might as well take a pot shot at the Zhao. And this guy in chat, he says he's tired of this stupid Zhao. He's setting a fire every hit. Take a pot shot at him. Turn my secondary, we'll try to turn my secondaries over to the North Carolina. GK's not that much of a sniper, by the way. Not very good dispersion, but German shells are pretty nasty. And, well, that happens. Okay. Okay, RNG. Thank you. I will submit my next sacrifice to you next week. Good God. I could not believe that that happened. Spotter GK normally isn't worth it because the dispersion's normally nowhere near good enough to do that. But yeah, that happened. So, yeah. Anyway, we're in the center point now. The Election's now giving me his full attention. I am in here with the Lion. The Iowa has skedaddled. I'm trying to slow down right here to throw off the Lexington's drop, but against the CV, not much you can really do to throw off the drop. Wound up eating 2 torpedoes in the bow, and then, oh boy, I done messed up. So, at this point, I'm trying to gun it and turn hard over. Now, with the flooding, my maneuverability is reduced, so reduced maneuverability in a GK pretty much means you have no maneuverability. So I pop my damage con right before those torpedoes hit, and then pop my repair. Now, GK does have a lot of health, but its torpedo protection is absolutely garbage, despite what the description says. So now, the smoke screen is in front of me. I do have my hydroacoustic search up, but I'm slowing down because that's probably... well, it actually is a gearing now. I'm spotting him. Lexington Plains gives me some fire. Thank you. Hello, gearing. He is within my hydroacoustic search range, so as long as I'm alive right here, my hydro's on, he's going to be spotted, and the enemy team will be able to shoot him like that. But oh no, he got his torpedoes off. My damage con's down, and I'm on fire. And those are gearing torps. Those hurt quite a bit. So, turn the rotor hard over to the left, backed it down to quarter speed, then half speed, then accelerated to straighten out, and whoo, perfect GK size hole right there in his torpedoes. Then, oh, hi Lexington, dropped those bombs way too early, except one did get off, but thankfully managed to dodge that. Didn't even have time to activate. And oh, here comes the mines. Guess what the mine says, everybody? If you guessed torpedoes, you'd be correct. And just get that close to removing him from the match, but the secondaries do manage to get that job done. But oh no, he has torpedoes as well, turning hard over, and oh, that one took some paint off, but some popped up from the rear out of nowhere. I'm pretty sure it's a Lexington. I was too busy trying to avoid eating the mine's torpedo right there. So after that exchange, match isn't over yet. We are pretty equally matched on ships right now, pumping another heal. The Lexington is still pretty much giving me his full attention because, oh look, he's right there. Now, he has a little bit closer comfort, but being that close doesn't mean he can get his planes in the fight extremely quickly, like he has been doing that. That is a good move for him right there, and GK is a big target, especially for CVs, so again, it's natural that he's going to target me. Gets all 3 of his bombs to go off on my deck, but fortunately they don't start a fire. So now I'm pushing up. This Buffalo doesn't have torpedoes. So when you're in a German battleship and there's a cruiser like the Buffalo that doesn't have torpedoes, you don't care. Because you've got the armor, you've got the secondaries, and you've got the firepower to take him on head on. But you do also get that RNG. It's a 7k hit, which isn't bad, but I would have liked a little bit more. There's Confederate right there. Secondary start a fire on the Buffalo. Lexington's beginning to move because the Thunder is coming around the corner to deal with him. I would manage to take out the Kagero. Lexington's sending his planes in again at me, and starts another fire with his rocket planes. I'm taking aim just at the Buffalo's waterline. Again, get a decent pin, 2 overpins. Would have liked a Citadel, but that didn't happen. Lexington again sending more planes in at me. Buffalo spamming HE. Now, the Buffalo really should have accelerated right here and attempted to ram me because, you know, a 3,000 health Buffalo for a 34,000 health GK is an excellent trade. Lexington manages to land 2 torps on me. Thankfully, no flood. Now, Buffalo does begin to move in here, but it's far too late. My guns have reloaded, and goodbye, Buffalo. A Citadel for what, like 1,200 damage? Lexington's now within my secondary range, as my couple of secondaries start to get off on him. His planes are coming back again for another run, but fortunately, the Thunderer does take him out. I've shot down at this point. Oh yeah, I have gotten clear skies. Got that a little while ago. We are up to, what's the total now on planes? 46 planes shot down, ladies and gentlemen. So now I'm chasing after the North Carolina, and he's running away from me in the Thunder, running toward the Iowa, but he can bow tank the Iowa. The Lion, with its British HE, not so much. He's also waiting for this North Carolina to come around the corner. But also Gautland's also about to fly around that corner, and there he is. Sucked him with my secondaries. And there, yep, there they go. They have reached their arcs now. Reached their maximum arc now. Get my front 2 turrets off on him. And there we go. Kraken unleashed with that also Gautland kill. Continuing to chase after the North Carolina now. Wanted to get the 6th kill. And his turrets are not facing at me. He's got bigger problems from his front. He is selected with my secondaries. Wait for the train indicator to go away. It goes away, but lo and behold, Island 8, 5 of my shells. That's why the train indicator always lies. Lexington swoops in at the last minute and secures the kill. It would have been the Lexington or that secondary barrage that would have gotten that kill. And I finish with Clear Skies, Confederate, Close Quarters Expert, and Kraken, and top of the team. And that was a nice, good, refreshing, good match. Wasn't a rollover one way or the other. Halfway through, we still weren't sure who was going to win that match. Nice, good match. It shows you how using patience, not charging in there, and just being aware of your surroundings and not showing broadsides, staying bound to where the enemy can really help you out there. And with German battleships, it is really tempting to get that full secondary. Well, yeah, the secondaries too, but that full broadside on target, and to get your full secondaries on target as well. But as you can see, if I would have done that several instances, I would have definitely been dead. And even with doing all the right things, I still did eat that wall of torpedoes. That was on me. I should have seen that coming, but still managed to pull out of it and have a pretty solid game. It wasn't an amazing game or anything like that. Just want to point out a couple of things that could potentially help some of you guys out there. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. We are going all the way to 20,000 subscribers. We're getting very, very, very close to 19,000 subscribers. As of me recording this, we're at 18,900, and I cannot thank you guys for getting us there. We're trying to get to 20K before the end of the year. So, hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. That is the day today that this should be coming out. And I hope to catch you guys in the next one.